again. So today I wanted to do another look with the Modern Renaissance palette. I don't know, I just been like doing non-stop looks with it because it's really versatile and you could just do all kinds of looks with it. So I mean, I wanted to show you guys another one. And here is this like glittery cut crease again because I've been like non-stop with the cut creases. I don't know, it's just an obsession. But yeah, anyways, I hope you guys really like this look and we'll just get right into the video. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. Okay guys, starting off with my skin, I am using L'Oreal's True Match Lumi foundation in the shade W4. I really like this foundation because my skin type is dry and I also have very acne prone skin, and I found that this foundation just gives me a very nice dewy healthy look. I don't color correct anymore, and I also do not pack on any concealer on top of my acne wounds or just my acne, because I found that it just makes my acne look very dry, and it's already dry, so I just avoid that. Now for under eye concealer, I am using this Covergirl Ready Set Gorgeous concealer. It does not have the name on it, so or the shade number, so I'm really sorry about that. And I am going to go ahead and blend it out with a very damp beauty blender. Now I'm going to go ahead and set my under eye concealer with Airspun translucent powder, and I just dip my beauty blender into the little container and just pack it onto my under eyes. As for my face, I am using MAC Studio Fix powder in NC35. I go ahead and set my entire face except for my under eye, and I also bring it down to my neck. Starting off with the eyes, I'm using Anastasia's Modern Renaissance palette again. I'm sorry, I just really like this palette. I think it's very, very nice. You could do so many looks with it, and it has like more matte shades, which I find that to be very, very amazing. And I mean, who doesn't like all matte shadows? I know I do. And so I'm just going to give myself a cut crease and a wing liner and connect them together. And I am adding a little bit more of that warm taupe with this flat elf brush and then blending it all out, because warm taupe is going to be my transition shade. This is going to be my main shadow right here, is Cyprus Umber, and I am using that to further define that crease and also that wing liner. And I am using a very small almost like an eyeliner brush, but it's a paintbrush. Now I am adding a little bit more of that dark brown shadow onto the elf brush and further defining that crease and adding a little bit more depth. And then I blended it all out because I don't want any harsh lines. And then to clean up my lid, I am using this very small define it's like a square liner. It's very small and it's very detailed, so that's why I like using this to clean up my lid. And then to set that concealer or set that lid, I am using this white. It's white, but it's like it has a little bit of shimmer in it. So I'm using that all over the lid, and I am also what I'm trying to say is that it's okay if it falls onto your wing liner. You can go back and further define it with that dark shadow, and that is what I'm doing right now. And I'm using the same very small detail brush. Now for eyeliner, I wanted to use this Urban Decay 24/7 waterproof liquid liner that is so long in the name Demolish. I think that is how you say it. And I am just winging that liner. I am not going to cut my crease with it. I just wanted to add a little bit more darkness to it, if that makes sense. And then I'm going to go ahead and clean up the edges with a wet wipe. Now for the glitter, I use this NYX Cosmetics liquid crystal liner in crystal gold. Now I'm really sorry if you can't really see these clips. It's just my camera kind of sucks, or I just don't really know the whole setup yet. I will very soon. But I'm just adding that to my cut crease. And then I'm going to go ahead and use Vermeer on my inner corner. I also wet the brush to further intensify the shadow, and I also used it on my brow bone with a very small lip brush from e.l.f. And then I'm gonna go ahead and use some mascara. I don't use falsies. Again, you can use falsies obviously if you want to, but I don't. And then I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit of warm taupe and Cyprus Umber again, and just mix those together and put that on my waterline. For contour, I'm using Kat Von D's Shade and Light palette,
and I use the middle shade, and I am just contouring my face. Now for highlight, I didn't know which one to choose, so I just chose all four of them. I mean you can't really go wrong. And I am going to go ahead and highlight the high points of my cheekbones and my cupid's bow as well. For lip, I am using Anastasia Sepia. I did want to go in with a brown lip, but then I kind of just changed my mind last minute, so I used this one, and I really like it. I thought I went with the look really nice, but if you want to use a brown lip, go ahead. And that is the end of the tutorial. I hope you guys really like it, and you guys can subscribe, and thank you guys again so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you guys in my next tutorial. And here are just the extra slow-mos, aka doing the most. Bye guys.